I don't have a choice because I can't get up and stand and cook for myself, so I have to eat what's brought to me.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. When Nicole Louise first met with bariatric surgeon Dr. Now on My 600-Pound Life, she was just 23 years old and weighed over 700 pounds back then. By seeking help from Dr. Now's gastric sleeve surgery, Nicole Louise finally managed to shed over 300 pounds and managed to overhaul her complete lifestyle. But in today's video, we will be looking at the untold truth of My 600-Pound Life's Nicole Louise, as there's more to her story than her weight. Food, another name of comfort. The one thing which I concluded, as it is abundantly clear from Louise' Season 5 episode of My 600-Pound Life, that she has endured an overwhelming amount of hurdles while growing up. I thought she'd lose the weight when she got older, but she just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. For as long as Nicole remembered, her father was in and out of prison, and this sort of obstacle rendered her home life quite chaotically disordered. Not just that, as her parents' addiction to abusing drugs frequently ended up as a result of worse conflicts. To sum up this memory she had about her childhood, she just wrote on her Facebook, "I didn't have the best childhood." So to cope up with all this, she ended up turning to food for comfort in the first place, and which caused her to gain weight. In fact, Louise shared that because of all that she endured, including her father's absences, she and her family moved around a lot, so it was always a hard time for her to put roots down and to make new friends. Louise also expressed, "I never really had a lot of people in my circle, so my circle was based around social media. That was always my outlet." Taking shower. On My 600-Pound Life show, every episode of the contestant starts with a shower scene in which to take bathe in front of the camera. The show's stars have to strip down. So, in Louise's shower scenes, which is considered as one of the most cringe moments in the series, as she wasn't able to fit in the bathroom, so her boyfriend Charlie had to bathe her by using a garden hose on the back porch. Even Louise shared that she wasn't comfortable with that intimate moment been filmed. During an interview with Rover Radio, she explained, "When they came to my house, they were like, 'Okay, we have to do a shower scene. We have to do real-life stuff for you to be a part of this process.' But you must be thinking that why did she allow the crew to record her at her most vulnerable? Well, she shared that it was for a very good reason, as it was either me not let them do that and me not get the help and possibly not be around another year, or just to let it happen." Painful recall. While sitting at your own couch, flipping through TV channels, Louise happened to come across her episode, which was a brutal experience for her. She even expressed in a Facebook post that she was embarrassed, sitting back and rewatching her episodes. For her debut episode of My 600-Pound Life, that's especially the case as it reminds her of where she was at the time. She shared, "I hate the episode because there was a point in my life where I shouldn't have existed other than for my children. I was an annoyance to my family, is what I felt." By the way, luckily, while recording her episode, Louise doesn't harbor any ill will toward the production crew, who were on set with her, as she said. "The film crews are all great, they're mostly caring and loving, and they just want to help you help yourself." Filed a lawsuit. Despite the fact that she worked with My 600-Pound Life's production company Megalomedia twice, but things went off the table or gone south, as Louise filed a lawsuit against the production company in the spring of 2020. And according to Starcasm, she has become the 7th cast member to do so. She sued Megalomedia for fraud and claimed that the production company promised to pay for her medical bills related to surgery, but the company never did so. Not just that, she also claimed that Megalomedia promised to cover her relocation charges to Texas and 6 months of rent, as well as for her skin removal surgery, but they never coughed up a dime. According to the suit, she hadn't yet gotten the skin surgery either at the time. Additionally, Louise is also asking in her suit for Megalomedia to pay for the damages that the whole situation has caused to her. However, she did not add any specific amount to the paperwork. By the way, Louise has been mum on the topic as for what she has to say about the lawsuit, at least publicly, as of mid-2020. Getting back on the right path. It was evidently clear by the end of both her regular episode and her follow-up segment on My 600-Pound Life that Louise was following the weight loss program and therefore she was getting good results. Despite all the obstacles she suffered as she and her family had to move from their Texas residence and had to return to Ohio. It's just really hard right now, and I'm worried about what that's going to mean for me doing Dr. Now's program. Louise, just like others who lost a significant amount of weight, ran into challenges, such as abandoning her diet once she was back home. But according to Louise, it was only a temporary setback, as she wrote on her Facebook while posting a before and after, and citing where she started in 2016, "I may not be even close to where I'm supposed to be, but this shows that I'm sure as heck not where I began in 2016. By the way, Louise expressed that in order to be more positive about her journey, she wants to plan to retrain her thinking. She added, "I have been so focused on how much weight I've gained, when I should be focused on how much I've lost." Louise' son's condition. Well, among the most precious human beings in Louise' life are always her children. And this is the only thing she has been ever open to speaking about. But yes, there's one factor that she has been a bit much less forthcoming about is the extreme trauma she and her son Jatin gone through whilst when he was born he had no longer breathing because of an infant diabetic attack. The clinical staff, fortunately, become able to quickly intervene, which caused a life-affirming first cry. In fact, Louise also wrote on Facebook to her son, "That's a sound I'll never forget, or the blueness of your face from you not breathing. They took you from me, rushed you to the NICU, and I was quickly carted off into intensive care. I was over 600 pounds then, and it almost killed my newborn child." Due to her son's condition, Louise didn't get to bond with him, but once he was stabilized, she was finally able to hold her baby boy. She shared, "On the third day after being born was my 21st birthday. I was sitting in my hospital bed and I got a call from the NICU saying they were bringing you to me. I was so excited. That was the best birthday I ever had." Handling the haters. Despite all the love, fame, and support her fans have ever shown to her, Louise also faced some hatred on social media from some naysayers who comment nasty things on her page. She even shared on her Facebook related to that. "I know I get a lot of hate for some of the crazy stuff about me being a crappy mom, me gaining weight, or me stalling." Louise has learned, rather than indulging in trolls or go down a rabbit hole of self-doubt, to let the hate roll right off her back. She expressed, "Hate me, love me, disrespect me, or cherish what I'm sharing with you. I'm at this point in my life. I don't care for negative thoughts. I get messages from people and I just read them and laugh." Landing a new gig. Nicole Louise struggled a lot with her mobility, especially when she weighed over 700 pounds, but after losing hundreds of pounds, she started recovering aspects of her life which she had been put on hold, such as finding a job which was looking forward to doing in 2018 after scoring an interview. During that time, she wrote on Facebook, "Wish me luck. It's been about 4 years. But since I've regained my life, why not work, finish school, and be a full-time mama?" Then Louise took to social media after a week to celebrate the job offer she managed to get. Via writing a post, "I worked so hard for this, go in tomorrow for paperwork, and all that jazz." The star, Nicole Louise, wouldn't say what exactly the job entails. Even many of her fans asked about it. Maybe it was all because she wanted to keep this information private so no one bothers her at work. True love. By the way, as we know that several My 600-Pound Life cast members who featured on the show split up with their partners because of different reasons. But that's obvious that some relationships are built to last through the hard times and the good. Such was the case with Louise and her boyfriend Charlie, as they were seen celebrating their 6 years togetherness in 2019. But just like other couples who go through some rough times, it appears that it was also not all wine and roses for this couple, as well as they faced multiple difficulties. Louise even wrote on Facebook, "Charlie's here for me and stuff, but he's kinda happy where he's at in his life with his weight, and he doesn't want to lose weight. So I'm kinda stuck, doing everything on my own now." That's one thing that brings us together is our love of food. But chips? Most definitely. We're chip connoisseurs. Despite all that, she added that Charlie is such a great partner and a father, but it is still unclear that whether or not the couple will get married. During their Season 4 episode of My 600-Pound Life, Where Are They Now?, the couple decided to put off any wedding plans while Nicole dealt with her father's simultaneous prison sentence and cancer diagnosis. My dad actually got arrested, and he also found out he has pancreatic cancer and has less than a year to live, so it's just a lot. That's all, guys, for today, with the untold truth of My 600-Pound Life's Nicole Lewis. Thank you for watching the video, and if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate if you'd comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up.